Hey everyone, what's up? It's Robbie here with Star Wars HQ, and I hope you guys are doing good today. We've got a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 leak to go over, and I'm actually reporting on this one because some of his previous leaks actually recently came true when the Han Solo announcement did happen just yesterday. And also, in this leak, there's news about Clone Wars stuff. There's news about, the state of Battlefront 2, why announcements are being announced in the way they are. And I know a lot of you guys were extremely disappointed yesterday with how, they actually did the announcement for the Han Solo DLC, in that they did not show the new map coming in June, this new world that they're teasing for June. That would have been the preferable way, in my opinion, in our opinion over here, to announce the Han Solo DLC instead of announce it with, a map we've already seen, which was Jabba's Palace. That is extremely underwhelming, especially considering we, as a community, have been waiting for content forever. So let's get into this leak right now. It also, again, goes over Clone Wars stuff. I'm going to get into that later. And the state of Battlefront 2. And again, remember, you can find this leak in the description below. As always, take leaks with a grain of salt. Not all of it will likely pan out, but some of it is definitely very interesting. I'm going to read it basically word for word, because I am kind of short on time today. But let's do this, guys. So, yeah, he goes on to say that he made a post 2 days ago, and he actually confirmed a lot of skins that were also confirmed through this Han Solo DLC announcement. Now, I do want to get on to the Clone Wars stuff immediately, because I know a lot of you guys are extremely interested in that. He says, a lot of stuff like droidekas, Obi-Wan, Grievous, etc. have been put on the back burner since mid-January. Dennis wasn't lying back then when teasing Clone Wars stuff. Right now, the focus is on churning out cosmetics to generate revenue. If DICE can't show that the game is not profitable, then no major content creation will be greenlit, period. Now, this is what he says about Geonosis. Don't expect a huge sprawling map with lots of vehicles. They simply do not have the resources for it. Its creation will depend heavily on the sale of upcoming skins. At most, expect Geonosis caves for hunt, end quote. So let's talk about that first of all. So officially, what do we know about hunt mode, how seasons work, and stuff like that? So Forge, our community manager, Ben Walk, said that hunt mode, things like hunt mode and then jetpack cargo would be considered updates to Star Wars Battlefront 2 outside of a season. So that's interesting. And, we do know that we will be getting Clone Wars content in the future officially. So I would hope that we would get a big Geonosis map down the road, especially if we do get a season dubbed the Clone Wars season or whatever. I would expect a bigger map for that. We don't know what map that would be. But it would also be very neat to see a hunt mode expanded upon, with the success of Ewok Hunt. I would not be surprised if they kept going with the hunt mode for sure, because it was a very successful mode, and the reaction from the community was definitely very positive. Now, he goes on to say, DICE will be reusing old maps in new ways for gimmicky modes while concentrating on cosmetics. Expect racing, hunt, drop pod, droid run, etc. There will be one tweaked mode every month, along with 2 to 3 skins and some balance updates. Heroes will start to receive star cards for replacing abilities. That's different. The reason there's no roadmap is because nothing has been greenlit and there's not much funding. DICE is on proving ground right now. If the MTX hadn't happened, which again, MTX is microtransactions for those of you that don't know, he goes on to say, Obi-Wan and Grievous would have arrived in February and March, with Solo in June and Padme Jango with Geonosis in August, end quote. Interesting. So, I do get that feeling there that this progression fix and them trying to fix the core game really delayed stuff. I am sure it really did. So that is such a bummer. That's gut-wrenching to hear. So I honestly think that some sort of Clone Wars content would have been out by now if they would not have messed up the launch of Battlefront 2. And I know, that's totally gut-wrenching to hear again. So, oh yeah. But he goes on to say there's the reason there's no roadmap is because, okay, I already read that. And then he says this. There are some half-completed assets, but honestly, everything is in limbo right now, and DICE is trying to buy time, end quote. And it's interesting because, you know, I think it was May 23rd, we should be getting an announcement of Battlefield 2018, which is going to be huge, and I think that's going to be a big focus for DICE right now. And they did their earnings call for Star Wars Battlefront 2, and for all of EA games, excuse me. In that earnings call, they hardly mentioned Battlefront 2. They basically said that Battlefront 2 was null to them, that it didn't earn anything, and that is not good. That doesn't bode well. So they have to get again, I do agree with a lot of this post, they have to get the cosmetics earning some sort of money, and it sounds like cosmetics for Clone Troopers, according to the leak, will be coming sometime this summer. Perhaps in June. So they really want to roll out those cosmetic updates and prove that, hey, something in the game is profitable. Right now, a lot of the skins are not interesting, but the new skins for the Han Solo DLC in May, I actually was kind of interested in those. I am a guy that loves customization, so I will definitely take those for sure. Now, let's go to the top of this leak. Because I know a lot of you guys wanted the Clone Wars stuff, so I did start there. But yeah, Clone Wars stuff has been confirmed. We will be getting some sort of Clone Wars content. When? I'm not too sure, guys, but we did a speculation video a while back about that. That it could start anywhere from July through, I think it was September, based on previous leaks and stuff like that, that Clone Wars content could be coming. So stay tuned for details about that. So he says this, you should know that there are a lot of things that have completed development like Leia's A&H skin, but the release schedule changes on a weekly basis based on internal meetings. There's also some content like Drop Pod mode and a New Hope Luke skin that are saved for a rainy day. If there is ever a month when content cannot be completed due to a bug or tight schedule, these would be utilized. Hut Slayer will be a legendary skin, and despite what people say on Reddit, Disney is not against it. They had a painting at Celebration, and Kennedy was at the opening ceremony at a wax museum, which had Slave Leia with Jabba. What is happening is that the most popular skins are being saved, as DICE doesn't want to blow all their skins in the initial run. Hut Slayer will be a game changer because along with it, the first hero ability swapping star card will arrive. The shield is mostly useless in Heroes vs. Villains against lightsaber heroes, so it can be swapped out for another ability, like how the Heavy can swap out the shield for a turret. Leia's new ability will be a chain that functions like Roadhogs. It is to be a counter to a flying boba or running Maul. The chain is based on Hut Slayer killing Jabba, but the star card can be used with other skins as well, end quote. Now that sounds interesting. I don't know how far-fetched that one is. Would you guys like to see, you know, legendary skins introduce new abilities alongside it? Now that is kind of interesting. We'll see if that one pans out, of course, in the future. Now they go on to say Luke's repulse ability will eventually get an alternative star card as well. There's a debate whether to do that or make the repulse break through blocks. Apart from content, there are talks about various quality of life improvements like Heroes vs. Villains getting buffs when near an ally. Devs want to give benefits to team play in Heroes vs. Villains and Galactic Assault. Ewok Hunt was the first deployment of one of those tactics, forcing players to stick together to survive. Battle point gain may be increased, as doing so will improve gameplay variety. With more points, players will more freely choose vehicles instead of just saving up for a hero, and heroes will openly fight instead of cowering, as getting heroes won't be a precious achievement. Let me know, do you guys like that, where you get a hero way more often, or do you prefer to really work your way up to that? Honestly, in some maps, this is just my personal opinion, I think the heroes come in a little bit too late. That's my personal opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree. He says, believe it or not, they do look at the metrics and data. They believe the majority of players don't have all the weapons and attachments, and there will be alternate ways to acquire them. either through challenges like hut contracts or via credits. They will not be available via crystals. Crystals, excuse me, will be cosmetics only, period. Good news there, so hopefully they keep going with that one. It doesn't sound like crystals will ever impact gameplay changes or anything like that. So the next part of the post goes on to talk about microtransactions and, you know, why Star Wars Battlefront 2 started out with microtransactions like the way it did and loot crates and stuff like that, which is a total bummer. I'm still, like, completely bummed about the way Battlefront 2 launched. You know, Battlefront, the word Battlefront in my mind is sacred. You know, when you think about Battlefront, you think about the old games, and you just have so much fond memories. And now it's like you hear Battlefront, and immediately people start talking about the launch of Battlefront 2, loot crates, and it's just terrible what has happened to the actual name Battlefront. So, from this post, what I'm getting is that they're basically saying that DICE is trying to basically repair the name Battlefront right now. And they're doing everything to prove to EA that, yes, this game is profitable, that, hey, we need funding, and EA right now is more interested in, you know, their other library of games. Battlefield, Anthem is coming up, and stuff like that. And then you have to remember, of course, Respawn Entertainment is also working on a Star Wars game as well. So there's other things cooking that they may, you know, look to as well. So here's to hoping that DICE gets stuff together, and I think the biggest problem, personally, is how things are being marketed. You know, the Han Solo DLC, the marketing is just, it's not right. That's my opinion. I think that they should have opened up with a brand new map and showed that, because right now, they're not even showing what's coming out in June, and you guys, and even us over here on Star Wars HQ, want some reassurance. And guys, we have seen the roadmap for Star Wars Battlefront 2, by the way. And there is some really cool stuff planned, and I really wish things were being announced differently. I don't understand. Well, from this post, it sounds like none of it has been truly, like, greenlit or supported, which I don't know how much stuff has been greenlit or truly supported and to what extent. But, man, if a lot of it is supported and greenlit, Battlefront 2 could end up being a really amazing game in the coming months. But, guys, stay tuned here to Star Wars HQ. I'll keep you guys updated about what's happening with Battlefront 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And may the Force be with you always.